Most people buying a hybrid in Britain in 2026 are doing it to save money. Most of them have not looked at the running costs, the real-world fuel economy, or the reliability data before signing. Here are the 5 that will cost you more than the petrol car you were trying to replace, and 5 that will actually do what hybrids are supposed to do. The 5 worst. Number 5. The Vauxhall Astra plug-in hybrid from 2022 onwards. The Vauxhall Astra returned in 2022 with a plug-in hybrid option and a renewed attempt to convince British drivers that Stellantis could build a reliable car. The reliability data says the attempt has not succeeded. The Astra sits near the bottom of the Honest John Satisfaction Index 2026. The Corsa finished last. The Mokka finished third from last. Both carry the same badge. Consumer Reports found in its 2025 survey that plug-in hybrids experience 80% more problems than equivalent petrol vehicles. On a Stellantis platform already in the bottom quarter of UK reliability surveys, that added complexity is the last thing the car needed. At approximately £35,000 new, you are paying a premium for a hybrid system on a car whose reliability record suggests the fuel savings will not recover the repair costs before the next problem arrives. Number 4. The Ford Kuga PHEV 2020 to 2022. The Ford Kuga PHEV arrived in 2020 with a promising specification: a 40-mile electric range, reasonable pricing for its class, and the Ford name behind it. Then 4 of them caught fire. Ford confirmed in August 2020 that 4 Kuga PHEV models had experienced battery fires caused by overheating of the high-voltage battery system. Ford suspended sales of all Kuga PHEV models, issued a recall, and told existing owners not to charge their cars until further notice. Owners were also asked to avoid using the car's zero-emission electric vehicle mode entirely. That was in a plug-in hybrid bought specifically for its electric capability. The recall was resolved. The fix was applied. Ford resumed sales. The cars returned to forecourts. But any buyer looking at a 2020 to 2022 Kuga PHEV needs to confirm that the recall work was completed before purchase. According to the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Agency recall database, not all recall work is completed on every affected vehicle. It is the buyer's responsibility to check. Beyond the fire history, the Kuga PHEV generates consistent complaints in owner surveys about electric range falling short of official figures in real-world conditions, particularly in cold weather. A car bought partly on the basis of its 40-mile electric range, delivering significantly less than that in a British winter, is not delivering what was purchased. Number 3. The Mitsubishi Eclipse Cross PHEV 2021 to 2024. Mitsubishi has been selling plug-in hybrid technology in the UK longer than almost any other mainstream manufacturer. The Outlander PHEV was one of the first mainstream plug-in hybrids available in Britain and sold in significant numbers for years. The Eclipse Cross PHEV arrived in 2021 as the Outlander's successor and the continuation of that heritage. The specific problem with the Eclipse Cross PHEV in 2026 is timing. The technology inside the car was already several years old when the model launched. The electric-only range, officially 31 miles, sits below what more recent PHEV systems from Toyota, Kia, and Hyundai offer. In real-world conditions, owners consistently report achieving 20 to 25 miles on battery before the petrol engine takes over. For a car whose primary appeal is electric running cost savings, the range undermines the proposition. The Eclipse Cross PHEV also sits near the bottom of What Car Owner Satisfaction ratings for its segment. Interior quality that felt competitive when the platform was designed feels dated by 2026 standards. Infotainment that was acceptable at launch has been surpassed by every major competitor released in the last 3 years. A used 2021 Eclipse Cross PHEV looks attractive until you calculate what outdated range and below-average reliability will cost in the medium term. Number 2. The Peugeot 508 PHEV 2019 to 2023. The Peugeot 508 PHEV was positioned as a genuine alternative to German premium saloons, stylish, efficient, French, and available with a plug-in hybrid drivetrain at a price below the equivalent BMW 3 Series or Mercedes C-Class. For buyers who wanted something different in the executive car segment, the 508 made an appealing case. The reliability data does not support the case. The Peugeot 508 appears near the bottom of Honest John reliability rankings for its segment. It is a Stellantis product, the same group producing the Astra and the Corsa, both of which sit at the bottom of UK reliability surveys. The 508 PHEV drivetrain adds complexity. Consumer Reports identified that hybrid drivetrains increase fault rates by 80% compared with equivalent petrol vehicles, on a platform that was already underperforming on reliability before the hybrid system was added. Owners report electrical gremlins, software resets, and indifferent dealers on warranty claims. At £35,000 to £45,000 when new, that commitment is significant for a car whose track record suggests it will not be straightforward. If you are finding this useful, subscribe now before we get to the 5 that are worth buying. Every week we go through the UK car market data, so you know what you are actually getting before you sign. Number 1 on the worst list is the car that should be the category's best, and consistently fails to be. Number 1. The Land Rover Range Rover Evoque Plug-in Hybrid, 2020 to 2023. This is the car that combines every problem on this list into a single purchase. The Range Rover Evoque Plug-in Hybrid brings together Land Rover's reliability record. The Evoque finished in the bottom half of its class for running costs and reliability in the What Car Driver Power survey, and Land Rover was named one of the 5 least reliable brands in Britain. Its plug-in hybrid drivetrain adds complexity that Consumer Reports identified as increasing fault rates by 80%. The result is a car at the intersection of 2 separate reliability problems, with a price starting from approximately £45,000 new. The Evoque plug-in hybrid's electric range of 38 miles is the official figure, but owners consistently report achieving significantly less in real conditions, particularly in winter months when battery performance in cold weather reduces range further. For a car sold on the basis of completing most short journeys on electric power, the gap between the official figure and the winter reality matters. Land Rover parts and service costs are premium, regardless of what you paid for the car. And an Evoque bought used for £20,000 requires the same dealer rates and the same parts pricing as a new one. Insurance on Land Rover products has increased significantly following theft statistics that have made the brand one of the most targeted in the United Kingdom. It charges a premium for a hybrid system on a platform near the bottom of reliability surveys, delivering electric range below official figures and running costs above a simpler, more reliable alternative. Every problem on this list in one car. The 5 best. Number 5. The Kia Niro HEV, 2022 onwards. The Kia Niro full hybrid offers a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty. According to the What Car Reliability Survey, 2026, only 6% of current Niro models went wrong, and every fault was fixed free of charge. In a market where Consumer Reports found plug-in hybrid electric vehicles experience 80% more problems than petrol equivalents, those numbers are exceptional. The Niro does what hybrids were designed to do. Number 4. The Honda Jazz eHEV from 2020 onwards. Honda took first position in the What Car Reliability Survey brand rankings for 2026. The Jazz eHEV contributed directly to that result. Honda's self-charging hybrid system, 2 electric motors working in combination with a petrol engine, is among the most refined full hybrid drivetrains available in Britain. The Jazz is particularly effective in urban and suburban driving, where the electric motors handle low-speed running and the petrol engine manages motorway cruising. Real-world fuel economy for predominantly urban drivers routinely exceeds 60 miles per gallon. The car is inexpensive to service, holds its value well relative to its purchase price, and does not require a home charger to deliver its efficiency benefits. Number 3. The Hyundai Tucson Hybrid, from 2021 onwards. The Tucson Hybrid combines Hyundai's 5-year warranty with a reliability record well above segment average. Self-charging, no home charger required. The drivetrain shares its architecture with the Kia Sportage, two brands with strong reliability records from the same group. Interior quality and technology consistently impress. For buyers wanting hybrid efficiency without the plug-in infrastructure commitment, the Tucson delivers. Number 2. The Toyota RAV4 Hybrid, 2019 to 2024. Toyota hybrid technology has been in mass production since 1997. According to What Car? 2026, the RAV4 Hybrid suffered faults in only 5% of cars, and Toyota covered all parts and labor on every one. Fuel savings, low servicing costs, and strong residuals produce a total cost of ownership that undercuts equivalent diesel SUVs, despite the higher purchase price. Number 1. The Toyota Yaris Hybrid, 2020 onwards. The Toyota Yaris Hybrid is the most cost-effective hybrid available in Britain in June 2026. Warranty-wise data shows an average repair request of £888 for the Yaris, lower than any comparable model in its segment. The hybrid system requires no external charging. Fuel economy in real-world urban conditions regularly exceeds 65 miles per gallon. Insurance is low. Servicing is inexpensive. Residual values are strong. For a British driver who wants the genuine financial benefit that hybrids were designed to deliver, lower fuel costs, lower running costs, and a car that holds its value, the Yaris Hybrid delivers all three simultaneously. Everything else on this list is aspiration with a varying degree of delivery. The Yaris Hybrid is the category working as it should. Subscribe if this found you. Every week we go through the UK car market data, the reliability surveys, the real-world running costs, the ownership numbers, and tell you what the forecourt is hoping you never calculate before you sign.